Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. You have stumbled on a channel that deals with yarn and knitting and crocheting and buying patterns and antics and all the stories and the fun stuff that goes with those things. And if that is your cup of tea, you are in the right place. Boy, do I have a story for you today. Oh my goodness. So I stopped at JoAnn's Fabric on my way home from work yesterday. And okay, so I have not gone in a little bit. Well, that's not 100% sure. I did get that wonderful, bright, super neon-y new color that JoAnn has of that bright yellow. And then their gecko green or something like that. I won't get us, they're brighter, okay? And they had the Diva pink. And I agree. There's I hadn't seen that one before. When I got my two other colors, they didn't have that one. So they did have it, but the sale wasn't good enough for me to necessarily want to get it today. That's okay. There'll be another sale. I did get some things though. But the Diva pink was kind of interesting. I mean, they call it Diva pink, but it definitely has an orange to it. There's no doubt. Somebody else had told me about that in the comments because I hadn't seen it at my store yet. There's no joke. It's definitely, you know, like a neon-y orange. Interesting. So I looked at all the colors and tried to spot the new ones. And, you know, it was 25% off, right? Last week, JoAnn, for the big twist, it was $2.99, regularly $4.49. You know, not to say that I couldn't afford it. No, I'm being fiscally responsible with my cash, okay? So I don't need it. Of course, then again, do I need any more yarn? No, I don't. So I looked through my JoAnn coupons, right? You gotta look through your coupons. Well, they had $5 off if you spent 10. All right, now we're talking, right? You know, what is it that I could not live without, right? Like all of it, I shouldn't have stopped. So I'm looking and I'm just, you know, traffic. I left work a little later and traffic was backed up for miles. I'm like, I talked with my husband. I'm a dilly-dallying. I'm gonna stop off at Michael's. That was a bust. Go figure. And then I went over to JoAnn. And you know, so I'm just gonna wander around because if I'm gonna be home late anyway, I'd rather be standing and looking and touching the yarn as opposed to just sitting in traffic. That's just me. So I decided, all right, I'm gonna get another crochet hook, another size E crochet hook. That's what I'm crocheting my Laura shawl with. And what I discovered with that is I found an e-crochet hook. It was brand new in its package. I plucked it out of the package and I started it and I got a ways done with the shawl and then I set it down and I don't know where my e-crochet hook went. I don't. So I found another one that I had because I have a, you know, like us crafters, we stash away our supplies and we tend to have a couple extra, you know, just in case. So I did have another one, which was good. But I thought that was kind of dangerously low on my size E crochet hooks that I actually knew where they were. All right, I'll get one size E crochet hook. Got it. You know, I got a couple coupons and everything else. And then I went and looked at the books. Oh my goodness, I got a new book. I did. Look at this one. A friend of mine had just commented on, hey, you're not doing any Fun Size Friday anymore. How come? You should do Fun Size Friday again. I'm like, well, I could. I got a new book. Oh my gosh, look at that. 20 amigurumi animals. And this is another Search Press book. I am so impressed with their books. And one of the reasons I'm impressed with them is they're little, they're bite-sized like this. You know, it's not huge, right? 20 patterns. Those are really easy, simple to make. I mean, you can see by just looking at them that those are going to be very easy, all done in single crochet. The book is written with the British terminology, so it does say DC, double crochet, but it's all done in single crochet. Don't worry, when you start working on it, you're going to make the mistake. You're going to start it in double crochet and you're going to go, hey, mine's absolutely huge. Yep, it sure will be. But that's okay, right? You know, not a big deal. And you can look at it and see all of them are done in single crochet. Okay, so what do I like about this? I just picked it up, right? Just picked it up. What do I like about this book? First of all, full price, $11.95. I did check on Amazon. Amazon has it like that also. This is one of their new books. I did have it on my Amazon cart that I was going to ship it to me, you know, as soon as it came out, and I just put it on hold. Nice thing getting it at JoAnn. They had 20% off, so I did get a little bit of a discount. Yay me. So I like the price point, 20 patterns, $11.95, you know, because think about it. How many times do you buy a book and actually make multiple things from it? Maybe you're great and wonderful and you do it. I have a lot of books I've never made anything out of. There are others that I've made multiple. The Viking knits book, I've already made 2 sweaters and, you know, something else, right? You know, so working on that. So, I mean, I'm using that book, but most books, I don't necessarily do a bunch of them. I do have some amigurumi books that I have. This is one of my things that it would be easy to make multiple of. Price point, like I said, $12 for 20 patterns. That's very reasonable. It's a hardbound book. It's nicely put together. It feels good in the hands. Okay, so that's all the aesthetics as far as that goes. This is by a lot of the other ones that I have a lot of Sarah Abadio's. I don't know if that's how you say her name. You know, there you go. But I have more than one book from her, and I like her as a designing author. So some of the other things that I like, my first customary, looking at it for the first time. So my first glance of the book, because like I said, I just got it. It's not like I've read it from cover to cover yet, but I will. All the eyes for every critter are the same. So that's in the front of the book. Follow the standard eye color, the eye pattern. So all the eyes are the same. Awesome. Okay, so you got 20 different animals with these big, huge eyes. That's cool. The body has a general body shape that is the same. Change your colors, change your accessories. That's it. So if you're able to make one of these, you're able to make all of these. So I think that is pretty fantastic. Look at this one of those animals. So I love the baby giraffe. It's like, I need to make a baby giraffe. I gotta make a baby giraffe. You have the baby giraffe, you got the birds, the panda, the elephant, the bunny rabbit, the seal. I mean, you've got a lot of different things. So the pattern, the book itself is written for fingering weight yarn. There's, so that's just showing you the difference right here between fingering weight and worsted weight yarn. We know you can use anything you want. If you like that big bulky blanket yarn, you go for it. You grab your big old crochet hooks and your big bulky weight yarn, you're gonna have a big bunny or whatever it is that you wanna make. So no shame, no hate, no foul. You do you. So I do like that. I like that because a lot of people aren't comfortable using a size C crochet hook and fingering weight yarn. That's a suggestion. You don't have to do that. So I like that. I like that there's a bear, a monkey, and an alligator right there, or crocodile. Not really sure what they call it, but you get the idea. So they do have a lot of nice patterns, and they're very simple. This is a very beginner friendly book. Sarah has done the other patterns that I've had by her, the other books that I've got by her. They are very simple stitches. This is amigurumi. It's in single crochet. You're not doing a lot of complicated things. You've got simple increases and simple decreases, and they're just adorable. And you're making that same shape throughout, and that shape with a few extra accessories is going to make your cute little design. Let's see. Look at that one. Isn't that adorable? So you have a lot of fun things. I've really enjoyed the books that 50 Search Press is putting out as far as for the crafting community is concerned. I think they're very economical. I think they're very accessible to crafters. And if you like this, no, I'm not affiliated with anything, so it's not a sales pitch. If you like this, you can search through Amazon or wherever you buy your books for this 20 makes. 20 all new 20 to make, and there's sewing things, there's felting things, there's knitting things, there's crocheting things, and they're all very similar price point, and it might hit that sweet spot for your particular craft, the one that just lights you up. Like I said, this one's crochet. Well, we've got knit ones too. We know I do both, right? And a lot of people watching do both, so you have a lot of different options. And if you saw my yesterday video, you saw that I did a Grinch, which was not this, but a different pattern that was an amigurumi, and it was done all single crochet per pattern. Well, what I did after that is I did everything where it told me to do a single crochet, I knit. And everywhere it told me to, increase, crochet 2 into one spot, I made an increase. any type you want, whether it's knit front and back or your, right increase, right leaning increase, left leaning increase, make it up your own way. But I did that just to show that even though like this book is all crochet, you could do something like this in knit. What you're going to end up with is a squattier, shorter amigurumi or whatever your piece is, because the knit stitches are not generally as tall as they are wide, okay? Like a single crochet is. So what you'll get is if you make one in crochet and then another one in knit, you get the adult version in the crochet and the little squatty short kid in knit, and it is the cutest thing. So what I'm trying to say is just because the book is one way doesn't mean you have to do it that way. A good example, this is written in British terms, right? So it says DC everywhere. So double crochet is what we normally look at if you're in the United States. That's the way we look at that. Going, oh, double crochet. You could double crochet. You're going to end up with a taller, bigger stuffed critter, or putting in a single crochet. Same token, everywhere it's telling you to single crochet, you could knit, right? And it's telling you, hey, you're starting off with 6 single crochets in a magic ring. All right, cast on 6 stitches, put it in the round. Got it. Oh, you knit that first round. Oh, you're increasing 2 stitches per for the second round. Got it. So second round, you've got 12 single crochets, or you increase on your knitting, you have 12 knit stitches. You see what I'm getting at? So it's a fun way to experiment and take some of your books and play both ways. Anyway, I thought you might appreciate that. I'm having a blast with all of this. Which thing should I make, right? Which one would you make and which one should I make? Because, I have to make something out of this. I mean, look, we got the cute owl. And like I said, I love the fact that all of them have this big head in this body. They all have the same thing. They all have the same eyes. So the whole thing is, what's your color choice and what cute little decorations do you want to add to it? So with the owl, we have their little eyebrows and the nose like this, and little wings, tiny little feet, and some stitches on it. There's a rhinoceros in here. Obviously, you're going to add a horn to that. The monkey, that's adorable. That is adorable, right? Who doesn't want to make another monkey? I mean, I like my monkeys, right? I got my monkey. I got my monkey, right? We like monkeys. So need to make another monkey, right? Oh, and there's a hippo. Oh, we know I like my hippos. I had my hippo in here for a little while. My husband's like, where's my hippo? Yes, I made his hippo. I brought it back to him. But look at those. You get the cute little baby hippo, the frog with the tongue sticking out. I think I need to make a roadkill frog. I'm just saying, I need to do that. And a little baby giraffe. Oh, it has to happen. It does, right? I mean, yeah, with those big eyes like that. Oh, this right here is what I was talking about. All the different types of the Make 20 books that are very similarly priced, different crafting things, sewing with scraps, animal amigurumi squares, festive felt decorations, flowers to knit, granny squares to crochet, flowers to crochet, and knitted baby hats. And that's just a few of them, right? And they all have that same price point, 20 patterns, fun to play with. There you go. Oh, did you want to see my crochet hooks that I got? Oh my goodness, I forgot. Okay, so the whole story that beyond what I got, here's story time. Okay, sorry. We're gonna go into the story time of what happened when I was at JoAnn. So I went to pay for these items. Now with my coupons, this is normally $10.99. This was the $12, 20% off. I had a 40% off coupon. Life is good, right? So it rings up at like $14.55 with all the coupons and discounts. Yay. I give the young lady behind the counter a $10 bill and a $5 bill. And she gets startled. I am not joking. She is startled with the $5 bill. Not a joke. She's holding it up like this. I'm like, well, we're checking to see if it's, I'm texting my husband. The lady at the cash register thinks that I just handed her a counterfeit $5 bill. Not a joke. So she jumps from there, of course, there's only one person at any of the registers. So she jumps from that register because she's looking up in this guy and going, is this real or not? Like I said, thinks I'm passing her Monopoly money or something. Goes over to the other register. I think she scribbled on it with one of those pens, and then she put it through one of their counterfeiter machines, right? You know, we've seen some of those, right? And she's like, just like, huh? And she's about ready to call her manager, right? Well, I guess it says it's okay, you know, because it's an actual $5 bill. But you know how we've changed the $5 bills over the last so many years and everything? Well, she hadn't seen one that looked like this. Well, you know why? Because these younger people, okay, you know, all right, 20 something, what have you, they use credit cards. They use credit cards. They don't use cash. She did not recognize a legitimate $5 bill. Not a joke. She did not recognize it. She thought it was counterfeit. She had never seen a $5 bill look like that before. No kidding. So then she comes back to my register. She's still befuddled. She had closed her register. Good on her, right? She closed her register. So now she's holding $15 in her hand. She can't get back into her register because she closed it. Transactions closed. The money is not in the register, right? I don't have my change, my 45 cents in change. And she calls the manager. Now, there was nobody in line, but now because of all this fiasco, now there's people in line and the line is backing up, you know, and she's holding on to the receipt and she's got the $15 in her hand and she's waiting for a manager to come up so she can open the register, give me my change, and I can go. And I looked at her, so, okay, how much was it again? Just confirming. I know it was under 15, but just confirm. $14.55. Okay. Can I have my receipt? Took my receipt and left. I'm like, you deal with this. I'm out. I'm out. I just, you know, there you go. I did not pass a counterfeit $5 bill, but that is the interesting. I thought that was really kind of funny. It was literally because she had never seen a $5 bill look like that. There you go. I get that on some of the coins. If you're of my generation, you definitely know what the coin values are by feel. You know by size, you know by feel. I know the other day I was pulling change out and counting change for somebody, and I had a nickel in my hand and it confused me. I knew it was a nickel. Hello? I knew it was a nickel, but you know how they've changed the coins? You know, when I was growing up anyway, the quarters all looked the same, unless it was a Canadian quarter, right? But then they changed them to, like, they have 50 different state quarters and stuff, and then you're not so sure because you hadn't seen Maryland's coin before and you hadn't seen Mississippi's coin before or whatever. Okay, so that I can get because you've not seen all the different quarters, nickels, dimes. So I had a nickel, and it was a nickel. Size-wise said it was a nickel, but the picture stamped on it, you know, in the mint form, was more reminiscent of a quarter, if that makes any sense. So it was like, wait a minute, it looks like a quarter because of the eagle and everything that I was growing up with, right? As opposed to the nickel, but it was definitely a nickel. So that I could understand a little bit more because of all the different stamps and everything, you know, like, it's 5 cents. It looks like it's trying to masquerade as a quarter, but it's definitely not a quarter. But yeah, not a clue what a $5 bill looked like. Not a clue. You should have saw the panicked look on her face when she thought that I slipped her a counterfeit $5 bill. Her face just, she's like, you know, just looking at, just hold, you know, almost like trembling, and jumps from one place to another. And, you know, I'm, okay, calm down. It's $5. It's not fake. You got this. It's okay. I think that's the disservice that we're getting with all the credit cards. People don't know what cash looks like. And yeah, you know, or me talking about the quarter and the nickel, what have you. Yes, I definitely know the difference, but some younger people don't know how many quarters are in a dollar, or how many nickels there are in a dollar, right? Or dimes, for that matter. I'm like, what? Wait. Because everything is digital. Everything's on credit cards. So they don't recognize the coins. They don't know how many coins are in a dollar. They don't know what change would be to give it back. If you're counting back change to somebody, if you give them the change, they're good with it. They'll never count it. They'll never know you shortchanged them. Don't do that. I'm just saying, they wouldn't know. You know, don't do that. That's not nice. Don't do that. But they wouldn't know, right? And you should know your math because you should know if somebody's shortchanging you. Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Anyway, with that, I'm going to let you guys go. You guys have a great day. Tell me if you've had anything like that before. That blew my mind. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.